You weren't a soldier anymore. Just a quiet, old man in a navy blazer, too crisp for an airport, too forgotten for recognition. That's what the gate agent must have thought as she turned him away with a sigh. No salute. No warmth. Just a flat beep from the scanner and a mechanical shake of the head. Staff Sergeant Raymond Holt didn't argue. He never did. He simply stepped aside from Gate 32, still holding his worn leather ticket folder, and eased himself onto a cold metal bench by the wall. His blazer was weathered but pressed, with a faded 101st Airborne patch on the shoulder. His shoes? Shined like it was inspection day. On his lap, an old brown hat with a tear in the brim, the kind you don't throw away because it's been through too much. But none of that mattered. Not to the woman behind the counter. She told him his military ID wasn't compliant with modern federal standards. No ID, no boarding. Even if it was Veterans Day. Even if the ticket was paid for by a veterans charity. Even if the destination was Arlington National Cemetery. Holt didn't complain. He just sat in stillness, like he learned to do decades ago in the jungle. Wait. Assess. Act only when it counts. Across the terminal, a teenage boy named Kyle noticed him. Something about the old man's posture, the dignity, the stillness, felt wrong. Too calm. Too disciplined. Without thinking, Kyle snapped a photo. The caption on Reddit was simple. They wouldn't let him fly. All he said was, "It's okay. I've been left behind before." What followed was an avalanche. A former Army captain saw the post in a DC lounge. An Air Force pilot recognized the name, Raymond Holt, a legend known in hushed tones at the academy for leading his recon unit out of hostile territory after 12 days lost with no radio. The message spread fast. Through the Pentagon's whisper network. Through forgotten manuals. Through people who once had power and hadn't forgotten what honor means. Meanwhile, Raymond just sat. He didn't scroll through his phone. He didn't have one. Instead, he reread an old letter from his pocket for the 50th time. "You're the last sergeant. If you can make it, we'll be waiting. Bring the coin. We saved you a spot." He touched the challenge coin sewn into his lapel. One coin. One promise. Then came a voice not from the speaker above, but directly from the control tower. "All personnel at Gate 32, pause operations. You are in the presence of Staff Sergeant Raymond Holt, Silver Star recipient, Bronze Star with Valor, and Commander of Echo Recon 6. This man flies today. This is not a request. This is an order." The gate agent blinked, then stood. "Sir, would you please come forward?" Her tone had changed. Holt stood. Quiet. Steady. Measured. Like a soldier. The gate opened manually. A uniformed captain met him at the bridge, not with a salute, but a nod deeper than words. "Sorry for holding up boarding," Holt said quietly. No one minded. Not anymore. Because in that moment, everyone remembered what the scanner forgot. Respect isn't tied to an ID card. It's earned. And never lost. On board, a message flickered across the crew console. Honor transfer confirmed. Passenger is VIP. No override. Full escort. In the air, the pilot asked, "Sir, is it true you carried a wounded man 3 clicks uphill in the dark?" Holt replied, still gazing at the clouds. "Only made it 'cause he sang the whole way. Didn't want to die alone." When they landed, there were no reporters. Just silence, 2 officers in full dress, and a black car with a folded flag on the dash. As Raymond stepped off the plane, every passenger stood. No instructions. They just knew. Because legacy walks quieter than fame, but when it passes, the whole world pauses. At Arlington, he walked the hill alone, just like he had all those years ago. In his pocket, a photo of 8 young men in camo. On his mind, a promise he refused to break. He knelt beside the last stone, Lieutenant Jared Owens, the first to fall. "I made it," he whispered. He laid the coin down, saluted, and stood slowly. A woman joined him, a general in dress blues. Jared's sister. She had flown in after seeing the post. "He talked about you," she said. "Said you kept him laughing in the dark." "I tried," Raymond replied. "You're the last one left." Raymond nodded, tears held back with discipline. "Not anymore." As they stood together, a quiet ripple moved through the cemetery. Visitors, cadets, staff, everyone paused. No trumpets. No cameras. Just silence. Because they remembered. As Raymond turned to leave, a cadet snapped to attention and saluted. "Sir, we read about you." Raymond nodded and walked away. Upright. Steady. Proud. No parade. No title. Just a man who had been denied a seat, until the nation finally stood to give him one.